back to our channel. Today, since we are quarantined, we are going to do something different. I'm sitting in a chair because Joe's cutting my hair today. It's called the quarantine cut, and we're gonna do this today. Hopefully, we're not gonna cut too much though. Maybe like that much. It's just crazy. I wouldn't trust me. I mean, that's kind of a lot, but you know, that's okay. It'll grow back.
The theme that we're doing, well not theme, but we are actually going to be doing a tutorial from the one and only, the greatest hairstylist himself, Mondo. And it is called
Take Your Time and Do Exactly As I Say.
Exactly. I'm going to be watching his video on my laptop. We're gonna cut it. And we will put a little screen at the bottom of the video, one of these corners of the video, and that way you guys can see exactly what we're working with. We will also link his video down below in the description box. And so let's get started.
I'm
Snoop.
Let's get this quarantine cut. Look, my hair's already crooked. We're gonna have to even this out.
And let's get ready. I have a cape that I put on Chelsea to prevent her dry hair.
She bougie. I don't have a cape.
I cut my kid's hair, that's why. Alright, let's see what Mondo has to say.
Absolute basics of hair cutting, and this is not how a hairdresser cuts hair. This is sort of a one-size-fits-all haircut. It's slightly customizable, but it's a very general way of cutting hair. This is not the techniques we use. They're a lot different and a lot more perfect. This is the basics. And with all those warnings out of the way, let's get it started.
Warnings, we're gonna do it anyways.
Clips, that would be nice. They can be any kind of clips. They don't need to be like this, but
okay.
Just clips in general will be good.
So, he said clips.
Purple, my favorite.
Check.
Here's some scissors. I would recommend buying some hairdresser scissors. They're not expensive. You can get cheap ones, but at least they have the ability to cut hair. Get it. You also need a comb and some hair ties. These are just like the tiny little ones. You're gonna need 4 of them. You can do big ones, you can do small ones, whatever you want to do. Just a hair tie in general will work just fine. And a brush would be great in general. You definitely should have one of these. Here is everything you need, and let's bring in my client for today. Can you guess who it is? She's extra really special. Miss Manny Quinn, come on in, girl. Come on in. Oh.
Okay, we are going to start off by, I guess it looks like he's parting the hair.
Parted like this, all the way down the back. We're gonna then section out each of those slices into 2 more sections. So we're gonna go to the top of the head, and you're gonna lay your comb on there, and you're gonna find where the apex is. That's the high point of your head, the tallest part, behind her ear all the way down. Right there, right behind her ear. And those are our 2 sections on this side, and then you're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. So for now, I'm just gonna throw a couple of clips in the back to keep them separated.
And that should look like this. Oops. Okay. Now what?
Oh my god.
Okay, let's try this side again. Now we're even. Ooh, that was stressful.
For you? The one in the chair.
Okay.
It's okay, it'll grow back, it'll grow
Now
back.
what, Brad?
Done with step 1. Please make sure your hair is all brushed out or combed out. And let's start off with this front left section. You're gonna kind of want to see how your hair falls and be like, look in the mirror and figure out where you want your hair to land. If it's like right here, just mark it with your fingers and remember that spot. We're gonna take one of our elastics, we're gonna comb it together in our hands, and we're gonna make a little ponytail right where we want our hair cut. Make sure you're not directing the hair forward like this, okay? You want it to be right on the shoulder. So if your shoulders were there, it'd be like this. She don't have no shoulders. She's like, I don't need shoulders. And I'm like, okay. And right about here, I'm going to put my elastic in, all right? You can put it up high and then you can kind of drag it down. But make sure when you're putting it in, you're not lifting this section up or down, all right? You're not going like this. That's exactly how it should lay. Make sure to keep tension on that hair at all times. So now that we have that in there, to the best of our abilities.
Is that falling straight?
No.
You're not supposed to tug on the hair. Oh my god.
So glad we didn't cut it, are you?
Do you need
Whoa, let
help?
me take this back out. Oh, it's tangled.
Ow! Sorry, you just ripped out some of my hair.
Okay, this is stressing me out, man. Hold on, comb it. Okay. Don't wrap it so many times like I did. It's not laying flat. Okay, pull it. Oh, that's how. Oh, it's freaking straighten out. Straighten this out. Right there. That much? Is that too short?
No, that's good.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna tighten the elastic. It don't fall off. How? Look how thin my hair is.
Okay. There's one. What else, Brad?
We're gonna take this and just bring it down. If you need to, you can just drag this down a little bit to exactly where you wanna cut it. So let's do like that much hair. And it should lay nice and flat. Now that we have our front section done like that, let's move on to the back. It would be nice if you had a friend there to help, or a mother or a father or anything, just anybody, a dog, I don't know. So you're gonna be sitting like this. You need to comb out your hair down the back, put the tie in back here. You're not bringing it forward, you're not bringing it to the side. You're just gonna lay it down your back, all right? You see how I'm not directing it forward or back? It's just straight down. And if you have a lot of hair, you can do more than 4 sections. That's totally fine. I'm gonna do just 4 sections to keep it simple today. And we're just gonna bring that down, slide it down to meet the other one. If you don't have anybody to help you and you can't see the back of your head, you can comb it flat, take your hand, keep that tension on it just the way it's laying right now, and then follow it forward and put the tie on, and don't lose that tension because we want it to always lay flat in the back. So if it's going like this when you put it back, that's not right.
Okay, they are now even.
I'm scared.
Me too. Okay, are we still gonna be friends after this if it doesn't turn out right?
We'll see. I'm scared.
Okay, last section. The back sections, it's easy. 'Cause you can't see it. I'm just kidding. Ow. Sorry, you have tangle.
From you.
Yeah, that's not even. I'll pull this sideboard out. Okay, it's even. Oh!
Okay.
Okay! We're ready. Let's press play. Alright, Brad, now what?
We're supposed to... Oh! I'm supposed to be eating with these. Yeah, then you keep moving them down. Nope, that's not even at all. Man, this is way shorter. Yeah, know that? Yeah. What's this feel like? Oh, wow. Okay, restart. Oh my god. Just stop talking. Ooh. I need to put a light bulb up there. Bing! Oh, my leg's left. Chelsea, your hair's gonna be so short back here. You know that, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I signed up for.
So what you can also do now is just put the comb across and just check if everything is straight. And in the front, don't worry if you have pieces coming off. That's totally fine. Those are just your layers. That's just face framing you have going on there. It's okay if some strands are coming out. We just want your length, okay? We're just dealing with the length right now. And we can put this comb in between and just make sure it is all straight. Now, on to the fun part. We're gonna start cutting our hair.
Take your.
Take a picture.
Oh my god, that's a lot of hair.
Let's try the other side. Even. Golf queen.
Well, yeah.
Ready? Hey, get back here, would you? You and your fine self. Alright, Brad, what's next?
Scared yet? Well, you shouldn't be, because you're in good hands with me, okay? I'm gonna be doing this a lot where I have my scissors and my comb in the same hand. You can do it if you'd like. This is how it should look. Totally understand if you don't want to do it. It's kind of hard. So you can always just leave the comb down, pick it up when you need it, and comb. You may have more sections than this. You may have like 6. That's totally fine too. We can actually just lift it up now at this point. It doesn't really matter where we lift it to because our section is still pulled really tight into where it's supposed to go. We are gonna point, just taking a little off at a time. There's our first cut. Congratulations! All right, and we can point cut down on this and take some of the bulk out. Woo! Ooh, ooh, ooh. First cut down, first cut down.
Point cut.
It's gone.
You know what, Brad?
Just
don't pull
here.
Ah! Chelsea! Pause, Brad. Ow! Motherfuck.
We're gonna just start cutting this. Be careful with your hands. Beautiful. That looks really good. Let's do the other side the same exact way as we just did on this side.
work down. Last
All right,
one.
and our last and final section. Woo! Look at these ends. The reason why it's good to have real hair cutting scissors is because it's gonna be really hard to cut through this thick hair with anything but hair cutting scissors. See how I'm really going into that bulk and just getting rid of it? That'll make a nice effect when we let down the hair after. So fun. Now that we have all that done, we're gonna let these sections out and hopefully everything is perfectly even. Hold on, look at that first section. Ah! Let's let the next section out and we're gonna comb that out. This is actually like coming out better than I expected. The last piece. And that is the first. We're gonna section off just a bit. We're gonna comb the hair in front of our face. Hopefully you can kind of see through your hair or else this might be a little difficult for you. We're gonna take our scissors and you see that slight bend happening in the front? It kind of goes down a little bit because of the over direction we had on the shoulders. We're gonna correct that. We're just gonna point cut across and we're just gonna get rid of that little tiny ledge. All right, and now it's gone. So now we're pretty much straight across up here. Looks amazing. Now, this might be a good place for some of you to stop. If you have fine hair or you like your ends just feeling really thick with no layering, you can totally stop here. All right, this looks great. I'm happy with this. If you wanna get a little more style, if you wanna do a little more, we can keep going. All right, so we're gonna bring the hair back into those 4 sections once again. We're gonna use those 4 hair ties once more. We're gonna take our brush this time, or a comb. You can still use a comb if you'd like, but I prefer a brush for this. All right, so now we're gonna take the hair and bring it all to the top of our head like this. Make sure it's all nicely brushed out. Super important that there's no tangles. Everything is very smooth. And we're gonna take our finger and go through about 1.5 inches up or 1 inch up, just like halfway through that ponytail and let that down.
No.
You have to let half of the hair down. You comb it up and let half down.
Oh, that could have been bad.
And the rest of it, we're gonna bring up to the top. Put the elastic in while holding that tension just like this. So I just put the elastic right there. I'm not gonna cut it right there. Once it's tied tight, let it down very lightly. Leave it like that. So what we're doing here is we're gonna add layering. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the back. We're gonna lift it up to the apex. We're gonna let down half of that hair. Keep it up high while you're putting the elastic in and let it down. It's gonna look very weird, but it's all good. It's exactly what we want. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now do not move the elastics at this point. We're gonna do the same thing, point cutting, all right? Bring your fingers to the bottom, hold it like this, and you're just gonna take off that high point. So it's a little bit like bing, bing, bing. Just get rid of that. We don't need that. And don't make this perfect. Don't cut it straight across. Please don't do that. Make it very, very feathered. And don't take off too much. Like 1 inch is probably good. If you want a lot of layering, you can go for it. I wouldn't exactly recommend it. Not at home, at least. So that's where I'm gonna leave it. So it's a little more straight across, but still kind of frayed. And keep doing that on every single section and make sure you do the same amount on each side. So if you took 1 inch off that side, take another inch off this side. And don't make it perfect. My favorite part, we're gonna let all these sections down and see what we got. Oh, yes! What we just did is gonna be very evident when you blow dry it, not so much when it's straight. Layering at the bottom, it's not totally blunt. You have a little bit of body, a little bit of movement in there. You see that? So pretty. Okay, let's bring it all down.
Wow.
Okay, now I'm gonna go curl it really quick.
Be right black. Oh, back.
I am already black. Here it is. Here is the way curlier.
So you also curled it. It was even when I cut it.
The end result, you guys. Here it is.
Wow.
She did pretty good. It's no bread Mondo curl, but you know. This is what I got. Real fast. Real fast.
I like it. I think it's cute.
Anyways, thanks for watching this week's video. We hope you enjoyed the scare of my life. That was pretty scary. Well, I guess not my life, but you know, my hair.
I will say I was pretty freaking nervous, I'm not gonna lie.
You try being in the chair when it's your hair. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications so you know when our next video is uploaded.
Thumbs up. Oh, I think you already said
I
that.
did.
My bad.
But anyways, share this video. Please share it.
This is the COVID-19 quarantine haircut.
The quarantine cut.
And thank you, Brad Mondo, for the tutorial you gave us to let my friend look real good. She look real good. Yeah. And yes, we will link his, like I said, we'll link his video down below in the description. And see you guys next time.
Yeah, ring that bell.
Bing!